Alright, just give me a second here. I need to fix the screen. I think that's still too big. Or is it? Nope. Okay, I think this is just right size. Anyway, hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time we did a class trial on who murdered Mukuro Ikusawa. Yeah, that's what we did. And also, I apologize for not streaming those other days I had on the weekends. You know, those days. Yeah, those days right there. Yeah, I was pretty sick. I was dying. You know, I was coughing and coughing and had a sore throat and everything. All those kind of things, you know? Yeah, the sick stuff, basically. But now I am feeling a whole lot better now. Oh man, Koishi's hat fell off. I need to get that really quickly. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Anyway. And now I'm playing with a controller now. I finally got the PS4 charger my brother owes me. So yeah, let's get started. So it's gonna be kind of weird playing with a controller since I've been playing with the keyboard all this time. But hey, I can catch on quickly on how to play. So yeah, okay, I use this. Okay, this to move. Okay, triangle for the thing. Square for the menu. Circle does anything. Oh, circle's to leave. And X is obviously to press the thing. Start is for that. Touchpad. Select is for the log. Alright, so let's just look at things. Alright. Is that an airplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I know, huh? That's very weird. This is a desk? Why did I say like a question mark? A desk? It's probably the one that fell here down with me or... yeah. Maybe. That's a rocket in a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Alright, let's look into this. Rattle, rattle. It's locked! No matter how many times I pushed or clicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. Yeah, you're gonna find some food in a garbage pit. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. Yeah, you're gonna find water in a garbage pit. How can I survive with liquids I can't drink? But which ones are all a bad idea? All around, again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm still alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided what to do was sleep. Go to sleep. Yep, I knew it. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to pass. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Oh, so something did fall from that. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent insulation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jolted and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand toward whatever it was and tumbled down there with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. That's Kyoko. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Hey, Kyoko!
It smells awful.
Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like Oh, you look like you were doing better than I expected. But what are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out of me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way down towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So, you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why do you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to do in the school. What? I made up my mind to go to Hope's Peak for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did. Once. Once? Until recently. I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's a possible amnesia. No, not auto. What button was it to skip again for the controller? Oh, it was circle then. Man, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
You remember Makoto? You remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived to the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted when I woke up. I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself and disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying that you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of a mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I had to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, you can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she didn't trust anyone around her. In which case, It only makes sense that she will look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because I'm not everyone. You were at least likely to be the mastermind. That was just my intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but... When did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all the investigating of your own. So, how did it turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was fighting to recall my purpose and my ability. Ooh, what is it? We want to know. You mentioned your ability. What? My ability. What everyone should have known you for. I'm the ultimate detective. Ultimate detective? That's pretty cool.
correct.
And the reason I came to Havoc Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Who is it? You had to find someone. Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Havoc Academy. The headmaster? What do you want to find the headmaster? Because he is my father. What? What? Plot twist everywhere.
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hove Speak. Kyoko's dad is a Hove Speak headmaster? Then that explains what Alter Ego told us about he thought the headmaster was involved. Yeah, find a way. There you go. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. Desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything had been there in there. I can't read. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entirety of Havoc Speak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with the Makuro's profile and that key. The map showed that, and the second was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of the room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However,
And once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitor. So, What was it like? What part of the school, I mean? I heard it's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is horrific. It's more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get a chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
However...
Of course, once I get to the second floor, I'll get them. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. Has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me has an alibi. So then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the clash royale of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to job me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the clash trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Host Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
Then the mastermind is adamant about following the rules. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the clash trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by their school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may have not become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night... I can't hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the master assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in the attempt to use the clash royale to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the crush out to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro, but needed the clash out to kill me, but seemed too ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out who the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. Is not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Who is responsible for that? They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
The despicable truth whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then there,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. 100 dash play food junkie and the end. 6 still. Well, there was question 7. Hey, we got a Dream Island rocket. Rocket. Anyway, yes. The ultimate despair. A group of people caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now
Anyway,
we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use that on the door, right? Okay, we can skip that. Alright, let's get out of here. Hey Kyoko, we can use the key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid into the keyhole. And then, like, yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. And you should take a bath, Makoto, because you probably smell. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. I need to get the rest in peace ready in case if anyone dies or we get an execution or something. Here, just so you can all hear.
Rest in peace.
There you go. Now then. After leaving the garbage pit, something happened. Yes, stuff happened. Whoops. What button was it again to look at the log? Square? Yeah, the, no. Triangle? Sure. Okay. There was the ladder. Oh, but after leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in the tunnel extending straight up. Like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to into the tunnel. Oh. We started climbing the ladder intent on reaching the surface. Oh. An upskirt shot, but they censored that out. Sad. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family has always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family's traditions, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family's creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking info up at school, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to bring myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reunited after all this year, right? You wouldn't have to. You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There's something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So, I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented and had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. So long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted you to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing. One thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as a little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot me about me years ago. But your family, to cut him out just like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Yay, about time. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Host Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember, that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand and pushed it against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there here without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what do we do now? I'm glad I didn't die, of course. But if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You help me so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Now let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask the Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But wait, that's...
however,
If you try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're formed out. And it's not that we can run away. As she said that, she pointed out the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out or we're getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen? Listen. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There's a moment where the mastermind let your guard down. Oh, excuse me. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. It would be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. How do you know he's in the gym?
Shall we go?
Let's head to the gym. Monokuma should be there. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright. Can we teleport? Whoops. Map. Aha! Actually, you know what? You know what we should do? Nah, actually, let's do this first and then we'll do the next thing later.
Well now.
Hey, I can't do Monokuma's voice. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But
Don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? They were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again.
Angry!
And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to do. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up the latest crash hour yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted to excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as a black man and then executed, right? Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no? More than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that will throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never would have imagined the possibility of a being that could come to your aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the black end is exposed, they alone will be executed. That is what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the black end is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective guy.
Because,
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come out. He never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have had gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. If they would assume that you killed him because what we said was exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can't say we're just making all this up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial all over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that will make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very?
What's wrong?
I accidentally skipped that part. What button was it again? I need to get. There it is. Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for the beer jokes. Now, what you suggested might be plausible. It will certainly make one for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does it mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm pre-bear to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim your victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have one shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So for this trial face-up, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried in here. All of the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we were trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way out to the truth on Mukuro's death and solve the mystery of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we all face execution, right? I can barely contain all my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? You're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we uncovered every last truth, how will those in the spirit reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it is a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean to whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? What did it go all quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing to say left to say. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. I just... You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Oh, okay. And I need to get some water. Yeah, it's unstable laughter. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get some water because voice acting hurts. So here is a picture of whoops, a Suika. So I'll be back. Oh man, don't worry, you all didn't miss anything. I just pressed square on accident. Anyway, Monokuma's unstable after seemed to cling on us as we walked away. Give me a second, I need to get my bottle of water thingy. Alright. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Oh man, I'm kind of out of breath since I ran up the stairs. Oh man. That's a lot. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Otto. Oh, wait, whoa. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Oh, Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it all worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from the final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
Just because one moment that the mastermind let their guard like that. But it's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was the when was it the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life in the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely did say that.
listen,
And what do you think when you hear that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually talking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull out,
However,
and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes no sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
Prove a point was most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. What's that concept? You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those who, for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, and to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That is their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet the same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because the goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than the reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Shunko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, to try to use a class trial following all the proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. then they made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept the challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me, and another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, would you say? Okay, Kyoko, I'll take that to heart whenever I'm negotiating prices to a car dealership. So just gotta be presenting a strong demeanor. So you gotta walk tall, you know, be confident, and then and you gotta be persuasive. So you need to learn some persuasive skills. Plus, if I showed my uneasiness, that would have just made it that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you probably are right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, you can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this game,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True. But now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is now work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, yeah. Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Alright, let's go. Well, before we do that, I was planning to do something else. I was actually planning on going here. And getting gifts for others. Yes. Let's give it a shot. And then after that, I'll literally put all my Monokuma coins I have in there. I'll literally do all this, but that's only if I get 100%. This is gonna take some time. That love ring changed to bunny earmuffs. How does that happen? Like, how does a gift change just like that? A book. What is that? Oh, a fountain pen. That's cool. I think it would be nice to have one of those. Donuts. Now stuff. Other trees. Let's see, that is a ticket somewhere. What's that? Okay, we might get a repeat on this next one. Is that a rock? That looks like a rock. Boxing gloves. And we get a repeat. Yay! A black croissant. A rose whip. That thing. Shakespeare skull. That thing. Dasani. Ooh, a Zell's ring, something like that. That thingy. Yeah. What is that? Bird seeds. Oh, and we get a repeat. Okay, I forgot what that was. That thingy. That other thingy. That thing Kyoko likes. Well, not like, she loves it. That other thing Kyoko loves, which is the same thing. A sword! A bong. Okay, that thingy. Donuts! I don't know what that is. It's something you wear. A scarf. A banner. That thing guys wear. That looks like a badge. And we get a repeat. Yay! A fountain pen. Black telephone. The blueberry perfume. Almonds. Some flowers. That thingy. Think Kyoko loves. Chips. And we're gonna repeat. Okay, a rock. Okay, that thing. Bunny earmuffs. Some skizzers. That thing. A bucket. Shakespeare skull. Let's see what happens. Nah, I don't want to. It's very tempting, but I don't want to. Got a couple noodles, and then we got to repeat them. Then we got the that thing, eh? A fax machine, I think. The Sony. Okay, that thing. Some pants, shorts, boomers, underwear, whatever they are. A fountain pen. Okay, what is that? Some donuts. Doll. that cam that 6 for skull. That thing, eh? Okay, that thing. And bra. Some skizzers. Wow. Okay, so we haven't gotten this yet. Let's see what gifts we haven't gotten yet. Okay, so I think we only need that one gift up there because I think we got most of literally every gift in here. Or no, actually. Oh. Wait, whoa. Okay, so we haven't gotten this one, but that might be the story item, a key item. The Berserker armor. Dasani. A book. That thing. Okay, that thing too. I just need that 3% for the repeat, and then we can do it. We can do all the things at once. That rose whip. Some dandelion flower thing. Something. Big ball. Gotta repeat. A bong. A Game Boy Advance or Visual Boy Advance. Whoops. The coffee. A watch. Bed. That pudgy princess thing does certainly fool me right there. Practice on. Is that tea? Oh. Cat dog comic thing. Check. Yeah, look, that might have been a new thing. Yeah, I think we. Oh, wait. Okay, so we need this for sure. That rose whip. Repeat. Visual Boy Advanced. The pretty pudgy princess thing. Nah. That thing. The Sony. Cat dog thing. Another cat dog thing. I think that's new. Maybe not. And I think that's another repeat. Okay. That's all thingy. Visual Boy Advanced. Ooh, that's a new ring, I think. Hand bras. That thing. Might be salt. Clip, the hair clip thing of a cat. Flashlight. You get a repeat. Bird seeds. Okay, that thingy. Berserker armor. Banner. Some soda. You know what? This is taking way too long. Whoa there, okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Now let's actually go to the dining hall or the dorms or wherever we're supposed to go. Now we've been doing this forever. Maybe we need to go here. And suddenly, you were greeted with... whatever that is. You again? Okay, I have no idea what that is. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability has reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what was that all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that totally that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. Need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
The last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo it Makoto's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course it's not me or any of you.
Huh?
Then, who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision has meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You didn't sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who was in the black, and is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
The only observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last flash trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you're referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey! I'm totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this game, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway.
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate
Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway.
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decides the final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries is a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I think, but okay, enough points. You know, here's a hint. I'm sure you all told the ball, but killing him together for 60 petitions, blah blah blah. All 60, and those 60 seconds.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, the mastermind would have had set food in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taken part of the killing game. Then, the mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall in the very beginning. And in Mukuro, and you get sick. Oh, add in Mukuro, you get sick from here. So the mastermind would have been one of them.
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. But wait, you can't say that for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might just have said that to confuse all of us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that's one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? They're an ultimate, right? Yeah, right. The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say that is not possible. But if one of us is the mastermind, they have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled them in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. You could have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they direct the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. We need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself. From the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then. After making this final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Oh, yeah, Master. He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko charged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. It just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gone off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
cause, I mean...
But up until now, I haven't been all that useful. I just depend on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
Okay.
So I figured at least here at the end that maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. You know what, surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Okay, so what I'm gonna... Wait, hold on, let's see. So you're gonna go off your own too, right, Kiko?
However-
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our search and separately doesn't mean we can still work together.
So,
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors to the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
So, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have any time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe that Mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the Mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the Mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start taking a look at Makura's Monokuma file. Due to explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The bloody body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ukusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I'll start with the rooms that were locked until now. The Master's room, the bio lab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second room dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and then dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places checked. Let's see. See some like, what? Oh, I think good bullets. Okay, so I have these to help me because I'm planning on ending it here. Yep, sorry. I don't want to make the stream too long.